What's up, guys? Fast Eddie here, and today we're gonna finish the analysis of James Klein. The whole time I was doing the video of his phone conversation, I just wanted to constantly fucking talk about how he looked and my impressions of what his mannerisms were and shit. And that's what this video is gonna be about. And there's something about this guy that just fucking it just creeps me out. I mean, this guy just looks so fucking scary. And he doesn't look scary in like an intimidating sense. He just looks like someone with nothing to lose, like a fucking psycho. He just has a fucking like an evil psychopathic look. He's almost smirking here. You can even fucking see. It's like this guy's fucking sex register photo, and it's like that is the outline of his smirk. What's funny about that? Nothing's funny about that. Um, so yeah, let's just jump into this and let's see if we can decode some of what this guy's fucking doing.
Dell's going to go out and try and get him. He's looking for a black female, so we're trying to pull this off.
This guy's fucking dressed like a goddamn dad.
He's looking for a black female, so we're trying to pull this off.
Meet 43-year-old.
Look at the way he's walking. He's okay. So the way that he's dressed is, I guess, nothing stands out about that. He's dressed in a manner that's entirely fucking typical. But it's just funny that he comes in to meet such a young person dressed like this. Like, it's normal for him to dress like if you were at the store, you would expect a dad. Like, you'd expect like a middle-aged guy like this to dress like this. But it just looks very daddish. Like, you would imagine that these guys would maybe try and dress a little bit more young, as to not try and like look like a fucking dad when they're showing up.
James Klein, a married man with 3 children. He's here to meet a girl who told him she was 15. Online, he calls himself Hold You Closer 2003. He asks the girl if she's ever experienced oral sex. The decoy tells him no, and he says, I can tell you one thing. My tongue would be all over you, your mouth, your nipples, down between your legs, too.
And that's funny, because, like I said, I went through his chat log briefly. I just, like, fucking skirted through it. And he went on, like Nathan Downhour. Like, this guy was writing these fucking elaborate-ass sentences about all the shitty, like, graphically, too. So, yeah, I mean, he spent a lot of time thinking and planning all this shit out.
Now, Hold You Closer 2003 is...
I love how Chris just says that he doesn't even call him by his name. He just calls him Hold You Closer. He doesn't bother to call him fucking James Klein.
Walking in our house.
I gotta throw my laundry in, but I made you tea.
Oh, that's good. We got a shot of Ron Knight.
In our house.
I gotta throw my
There's Dell. Okay, that's Dell.
laundry in, but
And that is Ron Knight, right? Isn't he the security guard? The security guy? And you see how the security system works.
I made you tea.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
How you doing?
Jeez,
I made you tea.
look,
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I like how she went up at the very end too. That's like a Valley Girl thing to like increase your pitch. At the last thing you say, like, what? It's where you go up and then you end up.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Why don't you have a seat right over there? Did you find the place okay?
Huh?
And look at his face. I mean, this is really. He doesn't say a lot, and the shit that he does say it doesn't really give us any insight into his state of mind. But I think that we can try to understand. And this guy, he's much more expressive than other predators, even though I suspect that he's not aware of it. Like, he does things that I don't think he's aware of. I don't think that he's a high self-monitor. I don't think that he's aware of the nonverbals that he gives off. So right here, speaking like nonverbals, look at him. I mean, he's in this posture right here. It's like as soon as he comes out, and you know, this is oftentimes a posture of being relaxed. You're not rigid, so it's something that you do if you were semi-relaxed. So at this point, Chris has already said something, so I think he's just jolted. He's going to quickly. He won't be relaxed very soon, but at this part he is.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Good.
Did you find the place okay?
Huh?
Did you find the place okay?
No, I didn't.
No, I
It
did.
took you a while.
Huh?
Did you get lost?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why are you here tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, he did. I said that he
He may
dips.
be
He shakes his head and dips.
I don't know what you're
This
talking
guy
about.
shake
You
his
don't know
head.
what I'm talking about.
No.
He's all, what the fuck, dude? He's all, what are you talking about? Oh my god. And it's like, it's.
Why are you here tonight?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what?
I mean, he's trying to just do damage control. It's like he had already known about the sting. He had talked to the decoy about, there's a show where guys are getting arrested. So he had already referenced the chance that he could be walking into a sting. So he was already aware of that. This was likely a defense that he had prepared. So the reason that he wasn't like immediately frozen was probably just because he had planned this. He had planned that this might happen. That this was a backup defense that he had prepared.
What I'm talking about.
He may be.
And it's like he wanted to just keep it as brief as possible. And I suspect this is because he'd already watched the show. He knows that the people on the show who are fucking legends, right? Like, I know some of you guys have said that I'm gonna do Jean-Pierre Weary, but it's like Jean-Pierre Weary is a legend because he's a fucking liar. It's because he's creative and he just goes on and on. It's like, that's why we crack up. When the guys are serious, it's just, I don't know, like, it's not as funny. It's not as funny when they're just hella serious and they're brief. It's just funny when they're like expressive, like whether it's like good expressive or funny expressive or angry expressive, like that's what's fucking funny. We just want to see like action and shit. So it's like when the predators just have no reaction, it's like we don't even know their names. There's all kinds of guys on here who I don't even know their names just because their interaction was like, it was so just boring that I guess the Dateline didn't even bother to put it in the show.
Able to run away from us, but because Georgia authorities believe his chat log showed intent to have sex with a minor,
it did.
He's arrested.
There you go. They're pretty gentle with him. They didn't even fucking tackle him. Let's see that.
With a minor, he's arrested.
Damn. Oh, jeez. So yeah, he I think that he had already known that he was joking about going to jail and being a registered sex offender. The police probably weren't hostile with him just because he was pretty agreeable. But he didn't get tackled like, I think Scooby-Doo got tackled. And he was the same sting as. If you see Scooby-Doo, like they're fucking on top of it. But it looked like they weren't doing that. And I wonder if it was also because he's older maybe. Maybe it's because James Klein is like older. They have more respect for him. I don't know.
He's arrested.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Yeah, he's
Hey,
gentle.
how you doing? Just getting back from lunch.
What the fuck? God, and look at this face. That's what I mean. It's like, this whole fucking picture is just so, it's just crazy. I mean, and like aesthetically, like look at it. It's like, it's clearly broken up into thirds. You have this panel right here with the fucking rose pattern. This is one panel. And then you have this other white. It's just pure wall, just like a wall, and that's the second panel. And then at the bottom, almost, it's like his Christmas sweater is the third panel. And then in the middle of that, it's like almost centered perfectly in the middle. It's just this guy's oval face. There's probably like a golden ratio at play here. There's probably some fucking Fibonacci ratio that makes it. But I mean, this aesthetically, even though it's creepy. Yeah, I just discussed it like it was a piece of art, but it's like what my reaction to it is that it's very unsettling. It's like there's just something about his fucking face that I just don't trust at all. I don't trust it. Maybe it's because he's smiling, but he's smiling with his mouth, but he's not smiling with his eyes. He doesn't have these really deep eye crinkles, and that's what we look for. I think that we look for genuine laughter, and genuine laughter often comes with. It's like you have crow's feet. It's like you can tell if someone's really laughing when you look at their eyes, and he just looks calm and cool. I don't know. It just looks weird. It just looks weird. I didn't even say anything about this. Okay, so. Stinghouse interview by Chris Hansen. There we go. Police interview by Matt Damon. This guy, I did a video of the Xavier analysis, and that guy is good. I like this detective. I didn't see his face last time, but this guy does some good shit.
He opened the door. Said, "Come on in."
Another man who probably wishes it never happened was someone who also ran.
Oh, that was additional footage. That wasn't in the first time. Man, that would have been. I wish we had the unedited raw footage. Raw. Yes, I wish we had the unedited footage of this that we could watch. I'm sure there are just even more like little things, like little nuances that we could fucking analyze.
From
I have
us,
some more questions for you, sir.
Sir.
but did talk to police.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Get on the ground!
Remember 43-year-old Jim Klein? Online, he
Is
made
that slow motion? That's fucking badass.
Remember 43-year-old Jim
That's
Klein?
fucking dope.
Online,
He's
he made
slow
plans
motive.
to lick a 15-year-old all over.
He's
He
all
admits to
fucking, like,
investigators
sweat. Oh my
he's been
God.
married for 20 years and has 3 children, ages 11, 13.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This guy just looks fucking evil. He looks like a fucking Bond villain. You know, it's like there's this once again, it's like a contrast. It's like we have white on the wall, the black background, and then like a gray polo. And it's like he has this dark hair. And I mean, it's like a raccoon. There's so much shadow under his eyes right here. It must be the lighting. But it's like the lighting. He almost looks like a fucking skeleton. It's like he looks like he doesn't have eyeballs. He just looks like empty sockets. He has these dark fucking circles under his eyes. I mean, he looks like a fucking raccoon. And then this facial hair, which once again it's just weird. This guy's face looks dark in this image. He looks dark. The way that he shakes his head, it's just so
Online,
unsettling.
he made plans to lick a 15-year-old
To lick.
all over. He admits to investigators he's been married for 20 years and
Of
has
course
3
he was
children,
married.
ages
Of course he has 3 children. Let's
11, 13, and 15.
Okay, so if he has 3 children, 11, 13, and 15, that's got to be the same age as the decoy that he showed up. So I mean, that is just fucking hypocrisy. These guys are amongst the most like just the people who are guilty of transgression against society. It raises a lot of questions about the kind of parent he is when if he would do this with someone else. It's like these guys. It's horrific to find out that these guys are fucking fathers. It's just disturbing. It's extremely disturbing, especially when they have kids at the same age. It's just fucked.
How would you
It's all
feel if
fucked
this
at that
was
point.
your 15-year-old or your
Exactly.
11-year-old or your...
Exactly. See, this detective's a badass. See, this guy, he comes through. He does. I mean, he doesn't look like Matt Damon here, but I guess maybe. What the fuck? Why is this guy fucking blurred out, but not this guy? This detective doesn't give a shit. Oh, look, and someone's taking notes. Damn. Fuck, that's crazy. But yeah, so like
13 and 15.
How would you feel if this was
just-
your 15-year-old or your 11-year-old or your 13-year-old? How would you feel?
I feel awful.
you'd feel awful.
That's it, just awful.
No, no.
I mean, you were pretty much down here tonight, 100 miles away from home,
Yep,
to do what you were going to do
Yep.
and damage this child's mind for the rest of her life.
exactly.
Sex, maybe sex to you, but to this child, 15, she's got to live with this for the rest of her life.
And
Oh man, exactly. And it's like, I mean, he wasn't considering that when he was doing all this bullshit. He was just thinking about his fucking cock.
Klein actually does admit he was planning on staying the night.
I was going to leave tomorrow morning.
Oh wow.
Where were you going to stay at?
She said I could stay there. She said the house says it was a big house.
A big house. Don't even imply like you were gonna sleep anywhere else. When you say it's a big, no, she said it was an empty house. That's the reason that you were gonna stay there. That the parents weren't there. This guy would not fucking show up if the parents were there. It's criminal, you know. He knew that. He was being hella low key. So he's being fucking deceitful when he says it's a big house. The size of the house has no fucking bearing. He was gonna sleep with the decoy, of course.
Where were you
And
gonna
arguing otherwise is fucking nonsense.
sleep at? Did y'all discuss any of those options there?
No.
And you brought 4 movies.
You didn't have to
You
discuss
arrived
it.
at 9:30 at night.
Yes.
You gonna stay up all night watching movies?
Yeah. I mean, if she wanted to watch all 4, we would have watched all 4.
Would you have done anything else if she wanted to do anything else?
Here we go. So I'm not sure how he's going to respond to this. I don't know.
It was talked about.
Klein says he had 2 glasses of wine before he started chatting online, and it clouded his judgment.
Oh, that's relevant because he said that in his chat he was laying in bed. He was laying in bed before the phone call. Before the phone call. It's like the night before the phone call. He was laying in bed thinking about how he'd go to jail, be a registered sex offender. But I mean, he had plenty of time. These 2 glasses of wine, he would have easily slept that off before making the phone call. That just confirmed all the bullshit he had already said.
But that doesn't explain why he showed up the next day.
No, it doesn't.
Apparently
Exactly.
stone cold sober.
Exactly.
I was seriously considering not even coming down here.
That doesn't matter. Seriously considering, it doesn't matter. That's like saying Your Honor, I had second thoughts. It would hardly affect the sentencing, and it hardly absolves him of the fucking immoral nature of his action.
Just saying, I just don't feel comfortable about this. I don't feel good about this. I just don't think it's a good idea.
It's not a good idea.
I go to jail and I'll be a registered sex offender for the rest of my life.
There we go. Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So, yeah, that was James Klein. Until next time, guys.